Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Listen, today I just wanted to talk about why I chose to go into the world of UX UI design, maybe go over some of my goals as I continue to grow and learn in the field. So whether you're curious about UX UI design, maybe you're studying it yourself, hopefully this will give you some insights. So if you don't know, I do have a background. I've touched on marketing, I've done some franchising, I've done real estate, wholesale, military, a lot of different things, which I think is what all makes me perfect for UX UI design, because what I'm learning is really doesn't matter your background. Diversity only helps your different experiences, bringing that to the table, whether you go through learning UX UI design on Google. I know they have like a certificate program. I know there's several boot camps out there. I'm in a boot camp personally, gaining my certificate, and you can get your studies from all over the place. I think the diversity of backgrounds that you bring to this field is only going to help, kind of increases your creativity because you have some insight that the other person might not. So bringing that all to the table just makes a really good product. So I'm super excited about it. So personally for me, that's why I decided to study UX UI design. You know, I've always really been fascinated by the way that we interact with technology, whether it's websites or mobile apps and even the products that we use every day. But what really drew me to UX UI design, I'll list here. It's just a couple key reasons. So the first one is UX UI is in high demand. As businesses continue to go digital, there's an increase in need for people who can design effective, user-friendly interfaces, right? So whether that means improving like a website's usability or designing a mobile app that keeps users coming back, UX UI is going to play a critical role in that. I really wanted to be a part of a growing industry. So for example, let's say that you have an app that's just recently become successful. It really can become good with a UX UI designer. So think of like Airbnb, Duolingo. A lot of the success that they had going from one thing to a growing working product, I know that there was a UX UI designer behind that, or team. So it's, to me, number two, the perfect blend of creativity and technology. I've always really had a creative side, so I'm fascinated by like the problem solving element. UX UI design allows me to combine both of those things. I get to think about the user's needs while also making sure that the design is visually appealing and easy to use. And I understand that you could go into either field as far as that go, or how deep you want to go into it, or maybe what type of team you're on. If you bring like your Scrum experience, it's a lot of different things. But I know, like for me, especially when I'm the user, right, being able to be involved in designing a simple feature like a navigation menu or anything like that, it will involve both the creative design team and understanding how users want to move through an app or what can make it easier for them. So that's my take on it. Number three is going to be the impact on user experience. So one of the best parts of UX UI is that it's centered around the user. So it's about making things easier, as I said, making it faster, making it more enjoyable for the end user. Really like the idea of designing products that genuinely help people or improve like their way of life, their experience. So I know we've all kind of probably been in situations before where you've had a complicated checkout process on like a website, or the app's interface was kind of confusing. So if you like fixing those type of things, then this might be a field you want to look into as well. Moving on, I believe that this field has endless learning opportunities. UX UI is always evolving. From what I'm seeing, there's always new tools, new trends, new user behaviors that are constantly emerging. I love being involved in something that's going to keep me on my toes and challenge me and allow me to bring something to the table, and I'm going to get something back as well. So that kind of goes into, you know, more of what drew me to studying UX UI. Now that I've started this journey, I have aligned my specific goals that I want to achieve in partnership with like my pursuit of UX UI. So first, I'm looking at like mastering the UX research. So my first goal is to become really good at UX research, which is basically understanding user behavior. I understand that that's crucial in creating designs that actually solve problems. I want to learn like the whole UX process, right? So interviewing users, creating personas, mapping out like user journeys and different things like that. Um, really going into like that product redesign is what I'm interested in. So you'll be able to partner with other researchers to improve the user experience for the client. And maybe that could be on, like I said, websites or apps or anything like that. Another goal I have is like building strong prototypes. Prototyping is like another key thing I really want to focus on, and I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, like wireframes and mock-ups and things that can help you visualize ideas before they actually go into like the development process. So that's going to save time and resources. It's going to let developers actually be able to test their designs early and often. So actually having a seat at the table in that conversation is something I'm super excited about. I've used a lot of different softwares to do things like that. So I know there's plenty of them out there. I'm not going to name them all, but I'm familiar. I've touched Figma, Sketch. I know that Adobe has an XD product. And all of those things will kind of allow you to create those prototypes and test them. I have like a sketch notebook. So when I'm doing like wireframes, different things like that, you can draw those things out and put together like storyboards, whatever the case may be. So another goal I have goes in line with that on improving the user interaction is going to be to focus on designing like intuitive user experience, something smooth, right? So again, we talked about earlier, it could be as simple as simplifying the checkout process or just improving the navigation on the app. I just want to make sure like my designs or my team designs solve like real pain points for users, right? So whatever their interaction may be on that app or website, I want to see it better, right? So again, it just kind of ties all to that like problem solving aspect. That was like a top goal of mine. So mobile responsiveness, maybe reducing some unnecessary steps or some unnecessary processes that are like on the website, whatever's going to overall improve that user experience. That's what I'm interested in. All right, so the next thing is going to be expanding my portfolio. So that's another like big milestone for me, something I'm super interested in. Even now, while I'm still studying it, it's like building a strong portfolio. My goal is to continue and work on like a variety of projects that could show my skills or things that I've learned both in UX, like we talked about, the user research, journey mapping, and in UI with sleek, modern, up-to-date designs, right? So right now I'm working on a project that deals with travel itineraries. So I won't go into too much detail about it right now because I'm still like early on in that project. But it's coming out pretty good. I'm loving all the steps to it. And what keeps me like engaged in this project is the fact that number one, I really like what I'm doing. Number two, the challenges that are coming with it. Everything from like doing the research process when I had to send out surveys to families and friends and get some feedback and then really compile all that information to see where those pain points were for people. Just really has been a really good experience. So going through the boot camp that I'm going through, the mentors, the teachers, they've been super awesome in making sure they guide you step by step so you learn what you're doing and you're putting together a complete project. And again, it's a project that I think that could be useful in a lot of different scenarios. So super excited about that. Really moves into that, like I said, working on real world projects. I'm excited to eventually work on other projects, real world projects, whether it's through the internships, whether it's freelance work, or collaborating with other designers. I believe that the hands-on experience is really the best way to learn in this field. So regardless of what your opportunity is, or how you're getting that experience, to get your hands in the mix or in the mud and kind of play around and learn, that's going to be the best way for you to pick up this knowledge, really, right? So I hope that I get an opportunity to explore more freelance or agency work. That is one of my goals as well, to maybe eventually join a design agency or a tech company. I think it gives me a lot of exposures to a wide variety of projects in different industries, which will only help me grow as a designer, right? Again, I believe, coming from having such a diverse background, history, I've dealt with different people, different customers, different clients, and then just having my own. So if you don't have like a lot of experience, I wouldn't run away from UX UI design, because just your day-to-day experience with what you do or use, or how you purchase things, or your experience, whether it's on social media or, just buying an airline ticket on an app on your phone, right? You have experience in using some of these things that you could make better. So if you have, whether it's any of the goals that I previously mentioned, or you just have an interest in design or research, this is really a field that you should probably look into. I know why I'm studying it. I probably will continue to pursue this career. I'm trying to make sure that as I'm doing it, I'm finding a link between like content creation, like what I'm doing here, and that's also going to help better my skills, right? Because that interaction that I'm having with people, and I like the idea of doing this full time. I've heard a lot of good success stories online, and not even just like, the ones that are all like, oh, I work for this big tech company. They have a gym in the building, a cafeteria. They give us free coffee. Those are all great. But even hearing the stories of just like that very fresh, my first week as a UX UI designer, and hearing some of the challenges that they face coming onto a new team, or some of the projects, and bringing in what they learned regardless of how they got the knowledge that they have, but bringing in what they've learned to that new position that they're in has been great, right? A lot of people, a lot of nerves, especially when you first start. I'm actually looking forward to that, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of that being nervous is just the excitement, right, of being involved in something that you're super excited about, right? So I'm kind of looking forward to that experience. But that's really a quick rundown on why I'm studying UX UI and kind of what some of my goals are moving forward. If you're interested in UX UI, definitely take a look at the description. I'll add some links, some things that inspired me, maybe a couple YouTubers that are posting that got me like extremely interested. And even when things really get challenging for me as I'm studying, because I'm juggling finishing my degree as well as doing this at the same time, and then just regular life, right? And that's really the good thing that I like about boot camps. A lot of them are extremely flexible. So you get to like kind of live your life, do other schooling, whatever the case may be, and still be able to pick up on getting the knowledge that you need, building that portfolio. But you can also jump on YouTube. There's so many, people out there for free that will talk about UX UI, and like I said, their experience, kind of their why. It is a high paying industry. So of course that's a little bit of motivation. But understanding that for me, it was something that not just the money part. Money is great, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm compensated well, but also just the love for what you do in the UX UI field. I'm super excited about that. Just the idea of being able to love what I'm working on every day, to love going into work or probably working remote. There's a lot of remote opportunities in this field. So again, just kind of putting that all together, if that was like a meal someone was serving me, would be perfect. I absolutely love what this opportunity is doing. And then, like I said, my very small background in advertising and design, and trying to come to this with such an open mind. So I've pushed a lot of that stuff aside to be open to what I'm learning here. And it's a lot more than just like picking colors for something, a theme or whatever. Like, you're actually digging deep into how to make an experience better. So I love that. And then I see it's a lot of like nonprofits and stuff that hire UX UI designers too, to bring on to help out with some of their goals. So that's why I'm studying UX UI. Those are my goals. If you're interested, like I said, just comment below. I'll share as much as I can. If you have any tips for me, please comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I can't wait to see you next time. It's just my journey going into UX UI design. Thanks.